Well, Chuck, thanks so much, sir, for coming on the program. Great talking to you.
Always a pleasure, Cam.
And, New Year always brings new laws into effect. California, no exception. There are a number of anti-gun bills that the legislature passed this year. Governor Brown signed, and they will go into effect on January 1st. What are we talking about this year?
The two bad ones are long gun registration and a ban on unloaded open carry of handguns. We'll see what happens with that long gun registration. We already have a lawsuit. NRA and CRPA have filed a lawsuit challenging the registration fees that they charge on these things, and that was another bill that allows them to use those fees for expanded police law enforcement activities and whatever else they want to use them for, rather than just doing the background check. And now with Heller and McDonald, it's pretty clear you can't charge a fee for someone to exercise their fundamental rights. So there's a lawsuit challenging that, but regardless, they'll collect this information on long gun registration, and they'll try and make money off it, so we hope we can put a stop to it. Once the money is out of it, then they'll probably not bother. The other one they passed is a ban on unloaded open carry of handguns, because we had the open carry movement out here. Interestingly enough, they didn't ban the unloaded open carry of long guns.
Mm-hmm.
So the movement is already planning on continuing their protests now by carrying unloaded long guns in public. You could debate the wisdom of that political statement, but the bottom line is it's going to go on despite this law. And in fact, ironically, this law strengthens our lawsuit that came out of San Diego challenging the policies on issuing licenses to carry firearms in public. So that Second Amendment lawsuit is still pending in the Ninth Circuit.
Is that the Peruta case?
That's the Peruta case, yeah.
Okay, and the reason why this strengthens that case is because, as I understand it, the judge at the trial court level said that as long as open carry was allowed, that was an acceptable alternative that the state had provided for folks to exercise their right to keep and bear arms.
Exactly. And never mind the fact that it's ridiculous, because you can't load that gun under the law until you're in immediate grave danger of being killed. That's obviously not an adequate self-defense mechanism. But regardless, she did say that, and so now that option, the sort of the escape hatch that she used to avoid having to deal with CCW and issuing licenses to carry concealed head-on, that's been closed. So the Ninth Circuit is going to have to deal with that. So we'll see how that goes. But there's a number of those cases all across the country, and this has been kind of in retrospect, this has been a very busy year in court.
Mm-hmm.
We did stop a couple of bad bills. We got one good bill passed that changes the order in which review of licenses to carry is done by local governments, so that they have to do the good cause determination first. That good cause determination is what gives you the grounds to file a lawsuit or not. What they used to do before is make you pay all the fees and do all the tests and everything, and then do good cause. Then so lots of people would not apply because they were told informally up front that you don't have good cause, so don't bother spending the money. But then that doesn't create a record, and so you can't hold the issuing agencies to their constitutional requirements, because they've managed to not actually ever accept an application because they discourage people. Now, you make a good cause determination up front. You have to say why or why not, why a person does or does not have good cause. And then if you determine they have good cause, they go through with the other more objective kind of prerequisites to getting a license to carry. So that's a good thing. But, really, California and the other battleground states, we're still very, very, very much in a fight for our freedoms. And that battle has shifted to some extent to the courts. And there's going to be some pretty big developments, I expect, within the next couple of years in courts that are going to alter the playing field pretty dramatically for us all when it comes to Second Amendment rights and challenging some of these laws and stopping some of these laws from being passed in the first place.
Absolutely. Well, listen, Chuck, glad you could join us this evening, sir. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a Happy New Year if we don't talk to you before then.
I did. Hey, listen, folks should go to crpafoundation.org and take a look at the list of accomplishments that CRPA and NRA have managed to pull off in California this year. And subscribe to those alerts, and you'll be kept informed as the litigation progresses, and also when it's time to call your legislature, because we need help. There's going to be a new session. They're going to try and pass a number of new laws. We need people involved in making those phone calls, writing those emails.
All right, Chuck. Again, appreciate your time, sir, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Happy New Year.
Chuck Michel, California civil rights attorney, joining us here on NRAnews.com.